HOA Karen picked my pockets at the airport. FBI detained her room. I'm Mia, a 28-year-old graphic designer always chasing dreams and flights. This is the story of how a single airport encounter turned my world upside down, exposing a thief shattering stereotypes and teaching me the raw power of justice. It was a crisp November morning at JFK International Airport Terminal 4, buzzing with the usual chaos, families lugging suitcases, business travelers tapping impatiently on phones, and the faint hum of announcements overhead. I was headed to Seattle for a design conference, my first big break to pitch my portfolio to a major firm. My backpack was slung over one shoulder, stuffed with my laptop sketchbook, and a carefully packed wallet holding $300 in cash, my ID and credit cards. I felt that electric mix of nerves and excitement, like I was on the cusp of something life-changing. As I shuffled through the security line, I noticed her, a woman in her late 40s, blonde hair pulled into a tight bun, wearing a pristine white blazer and oversized sunglasses perched on her nose. She had that air of entitlement, the kind that makes you instinctively step aside. She was barking at a TSA agent about her priority status while waving a designer purse. I didn't think much of it. Airports are full of characters, but something about her sharp glances made my skin prickle. The line crawled forward and I was juggling my belongings trying to fish out my boarding pass. That's when I felt it, a subtle bump against my side. I turned, but no one was there. Just the woman in the white blazer, now a few steps ahead, her back to me. My gut churned, but I brushed it off as paranoia. I reached for my wallet to double-check. Gone. My heart plummeted. I patted my pockets, rifled through my bag. Nothing. Panic clawed at my chest. That wallet wasn't just money, it was my lifeline for this trip. I scanned the crowd, my eyes locking on her. She was moving fast now, weaving through the terminal with purpose. My instincts screamed. "Hey!" I shouted, my voice cracking. Heads turned, but she didn't flinch. Her heels clicking louder as she sped up. I bolted after her, dodging suitcases and startled travelers. "Stop her!" She took my wallet. I yelled, my voice echoing off the glass walls. A few people gasped, but most just stared, frozen in that bystander haze. She darted toward the food court, her blazer flapping like a villain's cape. I was gaining on her, adrenaline pumping, when she spun around, her face twisted in outrage. "How dare you accuse me?" She spat, her voice dripping with venom. "Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Whitmore, and I don't need your filthy money." Her sunglasses slid down, revealing cold, calculating eyes. The crowd formed a loose circle around us, phones already out recording. "You bumped into me, and now my wallet's gone." I shot back, my hands shaking but my voice steady. "Empty your purse, prove it." The words felt reckless, but I was done being polite. Her lips curled into a sneer. "You're just some nobody trying to scam me. I'll have you arrested for slander." She clutched her purse tighter, backing away. The crowd murmured, some nodding in her favor, others whispering about crazy Karens. I felt the weight of their judgment, my ripped jeans and messy bun against her polished facade. Doubt crept in. What if I was wrong? Then I saw it, a flash of leather peeking out from her purse, the same worn brown as my wallet. There I pointed, lunging forward. She yanked the purse back, but not before a security guard stepped in, his hand raised. "Ma'am, let's calm down and check the bag." He said, his tone firm but neutral. Karen's face flushed red. "This is outrageous. I'm a first-class passenger. You can't treat me like a criminal." She was practically shrieking now, drawing more eyes. The guard didn't budge. "Open the bag or we escalate this." The tension was suffocating, like a storm about to break. Karen's hands trembled as she unzipped her purse, her bravado cracking. She pulled out a stack of papers, a lipstick, a phone, and then with a dramatic flourish, my wallet. It hit the floor with a soft thud. My driver's license staring up at me. The crowd gasped, a collective wave of shock rippling through them. I felt vindicated but sick, the betrayal sinking in. She'd played the part so well, confident, untouchable. "You planted that," Karen screamed, her voice shrill enough to shatter glass. "This is a setup. I'm being framed." But the guard wasn't buying it. He picked up the wallet, checked my ID, and handed it back to me. "This yours?" I nodded, tears stinging my eyes. "Thank you," I whispered, clutching it like a lifeline. Karen was still ranting, accusing everyone from me, to the guard, to the incompetent airport staff, of conspiring against her. The crowd's mood shifted. Whispers of typical Karen and she's unhinged replaced their earlier skepticism. Then came the turning point. Two men in dark suits pushed through the crowd, their badges glinting under the fluorescent lights. FBI, one said, his voice low and commanding. Karen Whitmore, you're coming with us. My jaw dropped. The crowd buzzed. Phones raised higher. Karen's face went pale, her defiance crumbling. This is a mistake, she stammered, but the agents were already guiding her away, one holding her arm firmly. I stood frozen, my wallet heavy in my hands as the reality hit me. This wasn't just about my wallet. As they let her off, I overheard one agent mutter, "Third complaint this month, she's been targeting travelers." My stomach churned. Karen wasn't just a random thief. She was a predator preying on the chaos of airports. I felt a mix of relief and rage. How many others had she robbed, humiliated, left stranded? The crowd dispersed, some apologizing to me, others still filming, but I just wanted to collapse. I made it to my gate, my hands still shaking as I boarded my flight. During the 5-hour trip to Seattle, I couldn't stop replaying the scene. Karen's smug face, her lies, the way she'd weaponized her privilege to deflect blame. But something else nagged at me. My own assumptions. I'd pegged her as a Karen from the start, that stereotype of an entitled middle-aged woman. Yet she wasn't just a caricature, she was a calculated criminal. I'd underestimated her, and so had everyone else. When I landed, my phone buzzed with notifications. The Confrontation had gone viral on X clips of Karen's meltdown, racking up millions of views. Airport Karen boosted by FBI screamed the headlines. Commenters tore her apart, but some defended her, claiming she was profiled or set up. The debate raged, exposing the same biases I'd grappled with. Was she a monster or a product of a system that let her skate by for so long? I didn't have answers. But I knew one thing: justice had caught up with her. A week later, I got a call from the FBI. Karen Whitmore had been linked to a string of thefts across major airports, using her polished persona to distract and steal. My wallet wasn't the only one in her purse that day. They'd found 6 others, along with fake IDs and stolen credit cards. She was facing multiple charges, from grand larceny to identity theft. The agent thanked me for speaking up. "Most people don't," he said. "You stopped her." I hung up, a weight lifting off my shoulders. The conference went better than I dreamed. I landed a contract with the firm. My designs earning praise I'd never imagined. But the real victory was deeper. I'd faced Karen, called out her lies, and exposed her for who she was. I'd also faced my own biases, learning that evil doesn't always look like you expect. The internet still argues about Airport Karen, but I don't need their validation. I know the truth. Sometimes the loudest voices are hiding the darkest secrets, and sometimes standing up is enough to tip the scales. Looking back, I see that day as a reckoning, not just for Karen, but for me. She picked my pocket, but I reclaimed my power. And in that crowded terminal, under the glare of 1,000 eyes, justice wasn't just served, it roared.